This video was co-produced with parents and carers and practitioners from health and education in our county of Suffolk. The recording will explore options for working with schools and outline local authority responsibilities for pupils who cannot attend school because of health reasons. This recording will go through how schools and families can work together to support pupils to attend school from slide 4. We'll explore ideas for supporting pupils who may be experiencing emotionally based school avoidance from slide 16. We'll explain local authority duties regarding providing education for pupils who cannot attend school for health reasons from slide 27. And we'll finish by explaining the role of Suffolk's alternative tuition service and how referrals are made, and also look at hospital education from slide 34. We've created timestamps under this video's description on YouTube, so if you want to watch just one section again, you can click on a timestamp and the video will open at that point. This recording will refer to the following statutory guidance. Statutory means it comes directly from law. Ensuring a good education for children who cannot attend school because of health needs of 2013. Supporting pupils at school with medical conditions of 2015. School attendance guidance of 2020. And we will also refer to our County of Suffolk's policy for supporting pupils with medical needs, which was updated in 2021. You can download all of these for free if you would like to. We will be giving clear references to these throughout the recording. So let's begin by looking at some key underpinning points from law. The statutory guidance supporting pupils at school with medical conditions states governing bodies must ensure that arrangements are in place in schools to support pupils at school with medical conditions to ensure that they can access and enjoy the same opportunities at school as any other child. It continues that it is crucial that schools listen to and value the views of parents and pupils. With the right support, many children with medical needs will thrive in school. For some, an individual healthcare plan will help, recording key information about their medical needs and the support required. To find out more about this and individual healthcare plans, you may like to watch our separate video, Support in School for Pupils with Medical Conditions. Some children's health needs will impact on their ability to attend school. In line with the statutory guidance, Suffolk Local Authority expects schools to support children with medical needs to attend full-time education wherever possible, and to work collaboratively with the child, family and healthcare professionals and act on the advice given by the healthcare professional to ensure that a suitable education is in place. Suffolk's policy suggests a number of adaptations which learning settings can put in place to support a child to attend school. These could include a personalised timetable, access to additional support in school to support in class or catch-up sessions, access to an IT-based curriculum accessible from home, movement of lessons to more accessible classrooms, could include special exam arrangements and opportunities for rest breaks during the school day. Many children with medical conditions may also be disabled under the law, and all settings must make reasonable adjustments to make sure that a disabled child or young person does not experience discrimination or substantial disadvantage. We have lots of information about equality and inclusion on our Suffolk Sendias website and YouTube channel, including videos explaining the threshold for disability, exploring equal opportunities for pupils with disabilities, and support for exams for pupils with special educational needs or disabilities. So what can parents do if their child is struggling to attend school? Tell school on the first day your child is unable to attend school due to illness. Schools should authorise absences due to illness, unless they have genuine cause for concern. Suffolk's policy for supporting children with medical needs states, for a child who has a special educational need or disability, or SEND, then the child or young person's needs should be seen in the light of this SEND and the impact that it may have on the child's school attendance. Some children and young people with medical needs may present very differently at home and at school. Some young people mask issues when they are at school. Share what you have experienced at home, which school may not be aware of, to help build the school's overall understanding. This is about balancing your child's privacy with making sure that the right people understand enough to support your child to have a full school life. Encourage your child or young person to talk to a trusted adult in school. In our county of Suffolk, each primary and secondary school will have a named school nurse to promote health and emotional well-being. A young person can access support through the school nursing service to talk about how their health is affecting their learning and their ability to attend via the Chat Health text service or via confidential drop-ins which are offered at high schools, pupil referral units and specialist schools. Here are the details of the Chat Health texting service, which is available Monday to Fridays between 9 AM and 4:30 PM. Parents and carers can also use Chat Health to seek help and advice. The school nursing service in Suffolk has also produced videos for young people which they may find helpful. Do visit the Suffolk School Nursing Service website for more information, including how to make a referral. Our service is aware that many families worry about what medical evidence might be needed to explain their child's absence. Our county's policy for pupils with medical needs states that medical evidence should only be asked for if the school requires clarity due to genuine cause for concern about the veracity, that means the genuine nature, of the illness. Medical evidence can take the form of prescriptions or appointment cards rather than doctor's notes. The Suffolk policy makes clear there is no need for a consultant's report to authorise an absence. A consultant's report would only be required when the child is looking to access additional support via an Education, Health and Care Plan or EHC plan. If your child has an EHC plan and you are unsure about this, do contact our SENDIAS service for impartial and confidential advice. Our service receives many calls from parents and carers whose child is struggling to attend school due to high anxiety. Your child or young person may be experiencing what is known as Emotionally Based School Avoidance, or EBSA. The Psychology and Therapeutic Service in our county of Suffolk has worked with the county's Parent Carer Forum to co-produce a number of resources for families which may help you and school support your child to attend school. These can be found on Suffolk's local offer and are free to download. These resources include separate brochures for young people, children and parents. So how can schools help and work with you if your child is experiencing emotionally based school avoidance? Schools should listen carefully to you and your child and acknowledge the challenges, and it's important for them to maintain close contact with you and your child or young person, including during longer periods of absence. An agreed member of staff could be a link person. They will need to work in partnership with you and your child to find out what difficulties your child is experiencing and explore ways for supporting your child to feel happier and safer in school. Many of the EBSA resources may help support this partnership working. These include templates to help your child express their feelings and talk to someone in school. Schools should also work in partnership with you and your child to agree a plan for next steps. You may find this person-centered plan template helpful for planning next steps together with your child and with the school. Schools should respond to any school-based need. This could involve support with academic or social relationship issues, including bullying. For example, they can consider the support a pupil may need when they arrive at school. This might include meeting with a friend at a specific place and time, using a quiet place to settle before school starts, engaging your child with activities they really enjoy, and giving your child a positive responsibility. If difficulties persist, schools can consider involving specialists with your agreement. The specialist education services in Suffolk include a whole school inclusion team who can support schools with whole school SEND and inclusion. And the psychology and therapeutic services include a small team of inclusion facilitators who focus on offering immediate therapeutic support. What if you feel that more support is needed and school disagrees? What can you do? You can contact and explain your concerns to our Sendia service to gain impartial and confidential advice. You can contact Suffolk's local authority named officer for pupils with medical needs. And you could contact and explain your concerns to Suffolk's local authority attendance team. You could also consider requesting an Education, Health and Care, or EHC, needs assessment. We have lots of information and videos about EHC processes on our Suffolk Sendias website and YouTube channel, which may help you, including explaining the threshold of an EHC needs assessment and how to request one. Parents often contact our service with questions about part-time timetables. All pupils of compulsory school age are entitled to a full-time education, so there is nothing in law to support a part-time timetable. However, the statutory guidance states, in very exceptional circumstances, there may be a need for a temporary part-time timetable to meet a pupil's individual needs. The guidance is clear that a part-time timetable must have a time limit by which point the pupil is expected to attend full-time or be provided with alternative provision. And schools must record it as an authorised absence. You would have to agree to any such short-term, part-time timetable and be clear about the benefits and also the plan for your child to return to full-time education. An example of where this might be helpful is where a medical condition has prevented a pupil from attending school full-time for a period of time, and a part-time timetable is considered as part of a reintegration package to ease the child back in to a longer school day. If your child has an Education, Health and Care, or EHC plan and is struggling to attend school, you can contact the local authority Family Services team to request an early annual review. The Family Services team in Suffolk are responsible for maintaining your child's EHC plan. Annual reviews gather and assess up-to-date information about the child or young person's situation and progress. They check that the special educational provision or support and any health and social care support are helping your child to make progress. And they assess what might need to change, including changes to support or to the educational setting. But what if your child still cannot attend school due to their health needs? The health needs of some pupils may mean they cannot attend despite school adjustments. The statutory guidance, ensuring a good education for children who cannot attend school because of health needs, states, local authorities should be ready to take responsibility for any child whose illness will prevent them from attending school for 15 or more school days, either in one absence or over the course of a school year. The guidance is clear that local authorities must arrange suitable full-time education or as much education as the child's health condition allows for children of compulsory school age who, because of illness, would otherwise not receive suitable education. This is one form of education otherwise, or education other than at school, sometimes referred to as EOTAS. Local authorities should arrange provision as soon as it is clear that an absence will last more than 15 days. The statutory guidance outlines the nature and amount of the education which local authorities are expected to offer. It states that suitable education means that it would suit the child's age, aptitude and ability, and any special educational needs they may have. The law does not define full-time education, but the guidance says that children with health needs should have provision which is equivalent to the education they would receive in school, or as much as would be in their best interests. The guidance explains that whether full-time or part-time, the education should be suitable and flexible and appropriate to their needs, and it should still aim to achieve good academic attainment, particularly in English, maths and science. The guidance says that any alternative learning provision should offer good quality education on par with that of mainstream schooling. It should meet a pupil's individual needs, including social and emotional needs, and enable them to thrive and prosper in the education system. And it should allow them to take appropriate qualifications, prevent them from slipping behind peers in school, and help them reintegrate back to school when possible. This local authority duty applies to maintained schools, academies, free schools, independent schools and special schools, and where a child is not on roll at a school. It applies to pupils who cannot attend school at all, or who can only attend intermittently. And it applies to all pupils who cannot attend school because of their medical needs, regardless of whether they have special educational needs, or SEN, or an education, health and care plan. In our county of Suffolk, education otherwise is provided by the Alternative Tuition Service, or ATS. It's important that you give your child's school as much information as possible to help them fill in a referral for the Alternative Tuition Service. They will need to include any medical evidence you may have for their referral and complete a risk assessment. The Alternative Tuition Service is only able to take referrals from students who are living in Suffolk. They do not take direct requests from parents. When it comes to medical evidence to support a referral, a letter from a senior health professional is ideal, as soon as reasonably possible, explaining the medical issue preventing your child accessing school, explaining any ongoing treatment, offering information regarding the hours of education that your child may be able to manage, including the length of time tuition may be needed, and suggesting where tuition could take place. However, the statutory guidance says, where specific medical evidence, such as that provided by a medical consultant, is not quickly available, local authorities should consider liaising with other medical professionals, such as the child's GP, and consider looking at other evidence to ensure minimal delay in arranging appropriate provision for the child. Let's just take a few minutes to explain how this process works so that you know what to expect. When a referral to the Alternative Tuition Service is accepted, schools will keep your child on roll. They will agree a staff member to lead on joint working. They will arrange half-termly review meetings between school, you and your child, and the Alternative Tuition Service to agree ongoing support and plan reintegration to school. They will have regular contact with you and the service to support your child's engagement with their learning. They will make sure that you're informed about school news and events, parent evenings, homework clubs, and study support or revision groups. And they will ensure that arrangements are in place for any SATs or exams and access to post-16 advice and guidance. The Suffolk Alternative Tuition Service can offer education for children at agreed locations, such as libraries, their school, and if necessary in the home and online. They can offer education which is tailored to the individual child's needs, as advised by the referring medical professional, the family and the school. And they will offer regular monitoring and evaluation of your child's progress. The alternative tuition service can provide reintegration planning and support with the child's existing school or a new placement. They can provide close liaison with school-based and external partners and professionals, including CAMS and other health professionals. They will also liaise closely with you around your child's education, but not decisions around your child's onward school placement. So how are you and your child involved in this process? The statutory guidance, Ensuring a Good Education for Children Who Cannot Attend School Because of Health Needs, states, parents have an important role to play, and children should also be involved in decisions from the start. Suffolk's policy is also clear that the views of the family and child are pivotal to shaping the education programme. Key health professionals involved also have a clear role to play. They will be asked to work closely with the home school, the alternative tuition service staff, perhaps social care, and with your child and with you to ensure that the medical needs of your child or young person are fully understood. They will also be asked to provide regularly updated information which identifies the needs and level of education, for example, the hours or days that your child can manage given their medical needs, and they will be asked to review this regularly. Some parents ask our service if they should consider elective home education where their child is struggling to attend school due to their health needs. Elective home education is where parents choose to be responsible for educating their child themselves. Elective home education is a serious step, and no parent should feel under pressure to deregister and home educate their child because their child is struggling to attend school or because they fear being prosecuted around attendance. We have produced a video which explains elective home education, your rights and responsibilities, and what to think about if you are considering this. Now, just a final word about hospital education. If your child is hospitalised for a period of time due to their health needs, then the hospital will commission teaching to take place there. The teacher will link with the school where your child is on roll. In Suffolk, the Redwall Trust provides teachers for hospital education for Ipswich Hospital. And in Lowestoft, the Attic is where children and young people learn at the Dragonfly Psychiatric Unit, and they have produced a video which explores the learning areas. When a child with an Education, Health and Care or EHC plan is admitted to hospital, the local authority that maintains the plan should be informed so that they can ensure the provision set out in the EHC plan continues to be provided and reviewed as appropriate. What about when your child or young person is ready to return to school? Suffolk's policy states that where children with health needs are returning to mainstream education, the local authority should work with your child, with you, the current education provider, and the new school or post-16 provider to produce a reintegration plan. This will help ensure that your child or young person's educational, health and social care needs continue to be met. Where relevant, a reintegration plan should be linked to an EHC plan or an individual healthcare plan. This video was made by Suffolk SENDIAS, but every county will have an impartial and confidential SEND, information, advice and support service.